do the work for this.
Of course. Well, I didn't mean. I totally agree with that, but that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these are almost all of them are in Boulder, and I just think a lot of the Denver families might have a hard time doing that. And so just to make sure that, like I said, like a minimum, you have to do a few of these or whatever number we decide. But you know, but then divide it evenly.
Well, and we live. I mean, our house and the houses around us aren't those huge mansion houses Carlos was talking about, but we live close to the area that he was, I think, referring to. So there's a possibility if I kind of get more details, we might be able to help out with that Halloween event. If I think it's on a Thursday, so we'd have to get our coach to waive practice that night to do something like this. But that if I get more details, I wouldn't mind. I could definitely help out potentially with this Halloween thing, depending on what it is, and that would be a good Denver option for people as well.
I can probably help you with that, Will, as well.
Yeah, keep in mind, and I mean, it's a complex issue, but you guys are making a lot of good points. You've nailed it. There are often the families that need the financial help for trips like this also don't have time to drive all the way to Boulder or even Denver. They might be working on a Saturday. They might be, and so I think you guys got to think about everyone might not be able to contribute equally, but yet all the money may need to go to the whole team and everybody. Obviously, you don't want someone taking advantage of it, so you got to somehow monitor that. But I've just seen these issues before, and you might want to just throw it all into one pot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if we get things out early, I mean, if we were at whatever, if we were at the SPC late, kids could come over and stay at the Boulder kids' homes. I mean, we can make things work. I'm happy to drive down and pick people up. We just have to have a plan in place, right?
Lanny, you're good for chai at Pleasant View. I just got the message back.
Okay. Just let me know the date.
You let it anytime you want.
Okay. So when are like the next 2 or 3 weeks?
The city of Boulder could ask you if you got some sort of permit or something and slap your wrist, but I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. Are the next like couple weekends busy at Pleasant View?
Well, yeah, the last couple weekends, we have, I think, 3 weekends left at Pleasant View, 19, 26, and 2nd. Okay. Maybe the 9th, Don? I don't know, but by the 16th, it's closed.
I mean, why don't we, it sounded like the 26th, with a lot of people doing Halloween stuff and in state cross country and whatnot, maybe we just say, hey, let's do the Avanti on the 19th, if that's okay with people, and do Pleasant View on the 26th. Doesn't have to be that. I was just tossing that out there.
That's fine. I mean, Pat said that he felt like it would be busy on the 19th. People would come and watch the game, but it just won't be as crazy.
Right.
Because there won't be.
And we could also later on, talking again per the O'Neill's generosity, do one in Denver in November or December for the Broncos game, because their place is packed for home Broncos games, because Avanti Denver is pretty a stone throw from Mile High. So that's an option as well.
Okay.
For those in Boulder, I would really recommend being at Pleasant View as much as you can.
Just keep showing up.
We have 1,068 families in Boulder that live in a house of $1 million or more that go to Pleasant View every weekend. And they all play for the same soccer club, same name that you guys have on it. And their passion is soccer. And put your kid out there in his uniform with a sign. And I've seen it really work really well.
Yeah, on the next weekends, 19 and 20, then the 26, 27, we are working on games for the team, but we gotta just chill a little bit on that to facilitate as much as kids we can to go there and work the whole morning or something in Pleasant View. More than welcome to do that because the schedule right now on the weekends for the next two, for the 19th and 26, 27.
And Lanny, if they're handing out a cup of coffee, people will start, or chai, people will start paying $20,
Yeah.
for chai, because that's their tip donation and they get a chai. It's cool to get something back.
Yeah, people were paying $50 for 2 cookies at these bake sales.
Yep.
So will what was I gonna ask? Will Albion provide the signage just about the fundraising and the trip to Spain that we can put on the table or whatnot?
Yeah, Carlos, he has some nice stuff we can print out and
I don't
Yeah.
think they have the bandwidth to do that per team. I think you probably got to make your own sign.
The kids did a really good job of it, making it for whether it's for our team's travel or Spain. We could just make signs that say "Help us travel to our tournaments to compete in these places," and just put that on the kids. I mean, that they did a pretty good job of that last year.
So does someone have the ability to do like a QR code or something like that? My daughter's doing a fundraiser for Planned Parenthood, and they put together like a specific QR code for her event so people can just scan that and pay.
Yeah, last year Ryan Gates did it, so he's on the call, so he did those QR codes.
So if you want to use it, Soccer for Life Foundation has it all set up, QR code. You can text right from your phone. You can get the instructions on how to write it off on your taxes. And then you can put a little memo and people can put a memo in there, you know, what is it for? And then Soccer for Life will allocate it to your team. 100 cents on the dollar. There's no like transaction fee or anything. It's 100 cents on the dollar. So I can help whoever's setting up a table to do that.
all right. Maybe I can bring, I have banner paper. I can bring stuff to practice. The kids get there pretty early. We can start making signs. The kids can, yeah. Carlos, yeah.
Sorry, Lisa, can you repeat again?
No, it's okay. I said I can bring markers and I have banner paper and
Yeah.
we can start making signs and we can show up next weekend at Pleasant View with chai or not, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Dawn, are they Sunday also?
Oh, not as much as in the spring when we have so many makeup games, and then
Oh,
Sunday
okay.
ends up being full. But Saturday is definitely the big day.
Okay. Okay, so how about this? It seems like the 26th might be not great for people. Do I want to put it in the group chat for everyone, or do we just decide
I mean,
for Avanti?
okay. The 26th is good for me for chai, and I can help out with Avanti as well, whatever day.
Because we could just say we're going to do the bake sale on the 19th, and then we're going to do chai on the 26th.
I think you should do whatever works for you guys. I mean, we aren't available on the 26th, but I can bake something to send.
Yeah.
That's why you want to do it.
Yeah, we also 26 would be tough for the Cropper family as well. For Avanti,
Okay.
that is.
Okay. All right, well, let me double check with Pat, and then I guess the question is, do we just want to make the decision, or do we want to put it out to the group and take a vote and see how many people are available?
I think if we're going to divide the money equally and we can have everyone contribute, as long as some of us can go, then I think we can just make the choice. If we're going to make it that only if you participate in every event do you get money from it, then we have to let everyone vote because that's not fair to everyone else.
I'm good with splitting the money raised among all the players, and we will contribute and we'll cover for people who can't make it or help bring them.
I agree with that. That's what I was getting at, Kara.
And again, their contribution to that doesn't necessarily need to be there, but they could bake something and send it somehow one way or another, or something that we could sell there as well.
Right, because we wouldn't be able to go on the 26th, but I'm happy to bake stuff for it if that's the day we choose.
Right. Okay. I don't know where that leaves us. I don't want to
Well,
be the,
you could say it may be that who can actually go on the 26th, and if those people would be willing to accept all the things that other people can bake and actually sell it. Because if nobody, like Carrie can't go, Will can't go, I can't go, like if there are numerous people who can't go on that day, then it doesn't make sense to try it that day.
right, absolutely. So then, I guess what I'm saying is I'll put it out in the chat for everyone to see who can show up and who cannot.
Is there a specific goal? I mean, I know the obvious answer is, well, we want to raise as much money as we can. But is there a specific goal or need?
Well, I think we have two needs. I think one need is Spain, right? Lowering the costs, helping families, all families, and lowering the costs across the board. And then we also have families just helping them cover travel for the ECNL season. So endless money, Dawn. We want endless money.
I know we should be paying players to play.
Right. So, I mean, I think that more the merrier. I don't think there's no limit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm one track mind. I'm thinking of just Spain because that's my involvement with this
Right.
team.
Right.
I was just wondering, what is the amount for Spain?
When we met before, Chris, I think it's Will and Michelle, we were talking about trying to raise $10,000. I think Chris, how we say?
I think that was
Yeah, last year in like way less time, I think we got 5 or 6,000, and that's why we thought maybe $10,000 because we have more than double of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. And we will, I don't know how much yet. We're having our first ever Soccer for Life gala fundraiser on November 3rd, and we will be raising money and making everyone there aware of the need for all of our teams, all 120 soccer teams that we have between, or 160 soccer teams between Colorado, Denver, Boulder. And so we will come out of that with some money that we can divide up against, that comes from donors who are specifically passionate about helping kids travel. And so I don't know how much that'll be. I don't know if it'll be $10 or if it'll be 10,000. But I will be able to let you all know after November 3rd how much we can get out. This team can get out of that event.
Great. That'd be awesome.
Perfect.
Great. Okay, well, I'll send out a wrap up here. And it sounds like we're definitely going to do something on the 19th and the 26th. We need to get signs made to just sort of start asking for money at Pleasant View. We'll look into the parents' night out. Lanny will get the chai stuff going. Will and Virginia are going to look up into the gift baskets for Halloween. Carlos, maybe the car wash comes a little bit later.
Yeah, I think later I will be focused on those 3 previous events you say for the 19th and the 26th.
Yeah. And then it doesn't seem like, Super Bowl Squares is obviously a later time. It doesn't seem like anyone's really interested in sort of the individual selling of things.
Do you would you put in Super Bowl Squares